Good morning, students. Again, we are on the track of the chapter 5th, fundamental unit of life, that is about the cell. And I am glad to know you that this chapter has been finished. Your first two chapters are complete, and from Monday we are going to next chapter. Before we are going to next chapter, I am giving you a test of this chapter. So I am giving you whole revision of the chapter, and then you have to make the notes and you have to prepare for the test which is held on Monday. So what is the very first topic is we come to the cell. It is the basic structural and fundamental unit of life discovered by Robert Hooke in 1665. Okay, through the piece of slice of cork passing through the microscope. There are two types of cells. One is the unicellular, other is the multicellular. All the cells have different shape and size, like ostrich egg, nerve cells, etc. They all have the different size. Next we come to about the generally based on the nucleus. They are of two types. One is the prokaryotic cell, other is eukaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cell, the true nucleus and membrane organelles are absent, known as prokaryotic cells, example bacteria and mycoplasma. But in case of eukaryotic cells, the true nucleus is present with membranes. So we come to the difference. In prokaryotes, true nucleus is absent, but in eukaryotes, true nucleus is present. Nuclear membrane is absent and nuclear membrane present. Golgi apparatus, mitochondria absent in prokaryotes. Eukaryotes all are present. Prokaryotes are generally unicellular, but eukaryotes may be uni or multicellular. The genetic material lies inside the cytoplasm, but genetic material is located inside the nucleus in eukaryotic cells. Example is blue-green algae, and here the example is plant cell and animal cell. Next we come to the important topic, that is about the structural organization of cell. A cell consists of three components, that is the cell membrane, nucleus and cytoplasm. Cell membrane is the plasma membrane, which is the outermost covering. Its function is to maintain the individuality and to protect the cell from injuries. It is the semi-permeable in nature. The structure of cell membrane is having 6 to 10 nanometer thick layer, having phospholipid layers with intrinsic and extrinsic proteins. Extrinsic which present outside, intrinsic which present inside. Next is the diffusion and osmosis. Diffusion is the movement of substance from higher concentration to lower concentration. Osmosis is also the movement from higher concentration to lower concentration, but in osmosis semi-permeable membrane is required. Next is to remove the material is known as exocytosis, and process of intake is known as endocytosis. Next is the cell wall. It is the outer membrane especially present in plant cell, which is made up of cellulose and provides the strength to cell. Next is about the nucleus. It is found in eukaryotic cells and contain the DNA, nuclear material, in the form of chromosomes. It is very important. The nuclear membrane is having a cell membrane which is present some pores known as the nuclear pores, from where the exchange of material can take place. This is the diagram of nucleus. It is very important what is nucleus, how their diagram can be made. Chromosomes are present in diffuse form in the form of chromatin, and at the time of cell division it condensed to form chromosomes. Functions: it is the center of genetic information. It provides the information about protein synthesis and having very important role in cell division. Next component is cytoplasm. The remaining part of cell other than nucleus is known as cytoplasm. It contains many organelles. It contains mineral, vitamin, nucleotides. Having organelles like mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi bodies, lysosomes, etc. The very first organelle is the endoplasmic reticulum. It is found in living cells. Consists of large network of membrane-bound tubes having cisternae and vesicles. Vesicles are spherical in shape. Cisternae is broad, flat, and elongated. They are of two types: smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum. If the surface is having some ribosomes, then it is known as rough endoplasmic reticulum. If the surface is smooth, that it is known as the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Next we come to the difference between endoplasmic reticulum, that is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and rough endoplasmic reticulum. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum synthesizes glycogen, but rough endoplasmic reticulum helps in synthesis of proteins and enzymes. Next important topic is the Golgi bodies, which is a complex vesicles and tubes having factory of the assembling cells, having two phase, convex phase and concave phase. Its major function is to form lysosomes in assembling and packing of the ribosomes. It helps to make complex sugar from the simple sugar. Next is the lysosomes. They are the single-walled spherical vessels which helps in digestion. They are also known as the digestion enzyme, or very importantly known as suicidal bags, because they burst itself causing the death of cell. Hence they are known as the suicidal bags. Next is about the mitochondria, which are known as the powerhouse of the cell. They produces energy for the cell. They are having a long oval shaped organelles having inner and outer membrane. Inner membrane has enfoldings called cristae, which helps the increased surface area used for ATP generation. This is the diagram of mitochondria. It is the powerhouse, very important. This diagram is important. After this, next we come to the ribosomes, which are the protein synthesizes machinery. Very small dots are denoted by ribosomes. Next we come to the vacuoles. These are the storage sacs specially present in the plant cell and very small present in animal cell. They store cell sap and provide rigidity to cell, and some important mineral, salt and soluble substances are stored in it. Next we come to the plastids. These are double membrane organelles found in plant cells having DNA. It is of two types, leucoplast and chromoplast. Leucoplast are the colorless or white plastids which don't participate in photosynthesis, but chromoplast are the colored plastids. They are having the green colored pigment called chlorophyll, which helps in the photosynthesis. This is the structure of plastids. Next we come to about the cell division, in which mitosis and meiosis is present. In mitosis, required for the growth and repair of injured tissues. In this cell division and parental cell give rise to the two identical daughter cells having same number of chromosomes. If same number of chromosomes are present, then it is known as mitosis, for growth and repair to prepare its identical copy. In it, chromosomes duplicate themselves, then divides. These are the diagram. This is the mother cell. No other chromosomes are present. They itself gets duplicate, doubles itself and gets divide to form the two daughter cells. They are used for the growth. Next we come to the meiosis. It is a sexual reproduction organism used to produce gametes, to produce the 4 cells with only one copy of each chromosome. it gives rise to four cells having half number of chromosomes in it. These are the daughter cells. In it they also have duplicates. They divides in different category and further duplicates. They further divide into two more parts. Here two time division are there, but in meiosis two time division is there, but in mitosis only one time division is there. So there are forming of four daughter cells. It is the sexual reproduction. This is the difference between mitosis and meiosis. Please note down. The difference are very easy. Mitosis is found in both sexual and asexual reproduction, but meiosis is only found in sexual reproduction organisms. Mother cell form two similar daughters, but mother forms two genetically different cells. Chromosomes in mother and daughter is same. Chromosome is half of that of in the daughter. From mother cell two daughter cells are produced. From one mother four daughter cells are produced. Okay, so this is about the mitosis and meiosis. Now all the cell organelles are present in plant cell and animal cell. This is the structure of animal cell. It is very important. You have to show minimum 6 names. It is very first cell membrane. The outermost layer is known as cell membrane. Then the liquid present in the cell, yellow liquid, is known as cytoplasm. These small circular parts are known as ribosomes. This central part is the nucleus. The membrane of nucleus is called nuclear membrane. Okay, it is having the liquid. These are the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, lysosomes. These are the mitochondria. These four red colored are the mitochondria. Okay, this is the vacuole, very small, present in the plant cell, and this is about only plants, animal cell. Now we come to the plant cell. It is a double layered. Listen, this is the first layer known as plasma membrane. This is the cell membrane, and this is the outermost layer known as cell wall. Again, ribosomes, nucleus, vacuole is big in case of plant cell, chloroplast are there, mitochondria are there, endoplasmic reticulums are there, rough and smooth both are there. This is the Golgi bodies. So draw these diagrams, plant cell and animal cell, in your notebooks. These are important for the exam point of view. Thanks and have a nice day. Your chapter is complete. On Monday you are to give the test.